Hey there, Dave Schmidt with Real Alternative Capital here, your private lending source all over Delmarva, Philly, and South Jersey. So I just wanted to hop on today and talk about the 5 things that you have to remember when buying investment properties. And it's not the things that everybody talks about, and that home inspectors pick up on. These are some of the things that I've seen personally just from doing deals and talking to other people, talking to other lenders. These are some things that are commonly overlooked. So number 1 is going to be inspecting the septic and making sure that it works. What I mean by that it works is that an actual inspection is performed by a licensed inspector, not just that the toilet flushes. A lot of people tell me the septic's working great because the toilet flushes. That's not the case. When you go to sell it and it gets inspected, you do not want to have a failed system. In some places, New Jersey, Delaware, along the coast, if you need to replace a system, it can be over $30,000. That can crush your whole deal right there. So, don't overlook a septic. And then in some of the city places, when you're talking about sewer lines, some of these properties, in Philadelphia, Wilmington, some of these older cities that have been around for, years and years, and this infrastructure was built many, many years ago, 50 years ago, 50 plus, you want to make sure that your sewer line is okay. If you have a sewer line blow up on you in the middle of a project, that could be 10, 15 grand right there just to fix that problem, let alone some of the other damage it can cause. So just saying that, the toilet flushes doesn't mean that your sewer or septic is working properly. Number 2, well. Same thing. I see this in more of the rural parts of places we work in. But if you have a well, you want to make sure that the well is certified and that the well has a permit, okay? And that the well works. You can get wells tested. You can have a well company out to look at them. It doesn't cost that much money. But if you have a well pump go out, or if you have a well with bad water, which that can happen. That's happened to me before, and we had to put a whole water treatment system in. These are all things you want to think about up front, or build that that amount of margin of safety into your deal that you're getting. Number 3, this is a huge one, and I think it's way overlooked by many investors. Go out to the property on a rainy day. It's crazy how different a property can look when it's dry versus a torrential downpour. Now, obviously, we don't have the luxury of controlling the weather, so we don't always know, but go out there on a rainy day and you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised that, will water collect in the backyard where the septic is? That's obviously not a good sign. If you can walk through the property while it's raining heavily, you'll know if the roof has a leak, or if windows are leaking, or if there's any type of problems with water, basements and crawl spaces. You'll know, during or after a heavy rain, whether you're going to need to repair that basement or crawl space. So just something to keep in mind that, like I said, not a lot of people think about. Interviewing neighbors and people local to the neighborhood is huge. I have learned so much. Just today, the day of recording this video, I talked with a city official about a property that I was going to purchase myself, and they told me about some really they unearthed some really important details that are now going to probably cause me not to purchase the property. So something to do is talk to the neighbors. We had neighbors in some of our previous deals, and they were extremely helpful. They gave us a ton of details. They told us, about the tenants and how to get the tenants out and what they were doing. Get their contact information, their phone, their email. Be friendly with them, because they will help you, especially if you're going into their neighborhood and cleaning it up. Okay? And they're going to tell you things that the seller may not tell you. So that can be huge. The last one is spotty sales history. I haven't seen this a ton. I've seen this on a few deals I've looked at. But when a property changes hands multiple times over the course of a couple years, and in some cases the price goes down, typically it's more suspect when the price is consistently going down. There's got to be a reason for that. And is there something strange going on in the neighborhood? Is there a neighbor that does illicit things? Are there issues with noise, a railroad track, a highway? any type of water problems? Does the property flood when it rains? These are all things to consider, and you would only really know this by looking at the sales history and then really digging into the questions. If there's an agent involved, really pry and root for these questions. And quite frankly, interviewing neighbors and talking to some of the people in the neighborhood will really help you with this deal, or with this problem of spotty sales history. Now, granted, I know a lot of people aren't in a huge rush to go knock on people's doors when they're next door neighbors' doors when they're making offers on properties, but trust me, it can be huge. You can learn so much important things, even just calling the city about things, calling the town. So hopefully that helps. Once again, Dave Schmidt with Real Alternative Capital, private lender serving Delmarva, Philly, and South Jersey. If you have a deal or if you have any questions, always happy to help. My phone number is 302-546-3003. My email is dave@realalternativecapital.com, and our web address is realalternativecapital.com. So hope that helps. Happy investing.